Welcome to The Push. I'm Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood, and we are up to episode 27. 27. Steve.
Yeah, we've been consistent again. It's good to...
So what are you up to, day 5 of Eating Clean?
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about... I'm not consistent with that. I'm talking about doing this.
Podcast. Yeah,
doing
well,
this.
that's right. We actually had about a month off, didn't we?
Was it? Wasn't
it? was about that. You kept fucking cancelling. So, and then anyway, we had Cerise. And then we had Riri, and now
the Valkyrie.
Us. See, but because we had those two special guests on, we haven't really had just a yarn tour.
No, we haven't, have we?
And there's quite a few things that have happened in the world.
Yes.
Since our last sort of general discussion podcast.
I think most importantly the fact that I tried to grow a beard, and I always. After the fact, remember, I can't grow a beard, not because I don't have the requisite hair follicles, but because this sort of shit happens to my skin where it's like I'm allergic to... I don't even know. Can you be allergic to your own hair? Your own facial hair? Because when I grow it more than about a week, I get so itchy and it starts to become a rash. And
do you scratch it?
Of course.
What if you resisted the temptation to scratch?
I can resist no temptation of any kind.
And herein lies the problem, Mr. Curran.
It's... one of the main problem I have.
Yes, perhaps if you didn't scratch, do you find you scratch your crabs as well?
I don't have crabs, but I was going to say I scratch my nuts, but I don't have them either.
The crabs must have taken them away.
Do you have pubes? I don't have pubes. If I can keep that shit tight.
You down to skin down there.
Yeah,
back like you were when you were a little baby.
Makes me feel sexy. Do you, what do you just trim? Come on, man. We've discussed more embarrassing things than that.
I shave my balls.
Okay, yeah,
I trim
that's
above.
a given. Oh, we talked about the butthole.
Yeah.
Remember?
Every now and then my bum cheeks get a bit too hairy, so I shave them as well.
Give them a once over.
I throw a blade over those in the shower.
You don't get Jade to do it?
No.
Gabriel has on occasion helped me out in that respect.
I remember when I was stripping in the changing room before we'd go out on stage, guys would be standing with their ass and
with their leg up, with
the
one
mirror,
leg up,
looking between their legs, shaving their assholes.
I thought you were helping other guys do it.
No, I left that sort of thing to people like you.
Please, listeners or viewers, if you see me growing a beard, saying like I'm going to grow a beard again, just tell me not to.
Speaking of listeners and viewers, I just checked our Gmail account, which hasn't been checked for quite some time.
No, we got any comments?
There's a couple of comments, yeah, and also like new followers. Tahitian Lime started following you. Artsy Pix Daily and 5 others started following you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Trofine Pro and 5 others started following you. Bodhi Sacred Sanctuary and 3 others started following you.
Okay.
Kwame Nutrition and 4 others started. We're getting a few. Dribs and drabs. Better than nothing, though.
Better than nothing. Better than a poke in the eye.
With a blunt stick.
Yeah, or any sort of implement, really.
So, and there are actually some comments, but I haven't checked them yet.
Okay. Anything of note?
New comment on Best Bits episode 14, Chocolate Heaven, from March 22, but that was about...
it's about a chocolate penis.
That's what the Chocolate Heaven was about, but the comment was about us looking good with earrings.
Oh, I remember that. I think we discussed that.
Did we?
I think that might have been like a bot or like a fictitious account or someone...
No, they can't write shit like that, can they?
No, I don't know. I think someone might have been having it.
Oh, Todd Williams.
Toddy, one of our biggest fans. Todd Williams, shout out to Toddy.
He comments on fights every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's old news.
Yeah.
All the other comments, the reams of comments that we're getting.
The reams?
Well, pages and pages full of them. We'll have to discuss them on a separate podcast, I think.
Yeah, we will. Do you find...
Oh, you didn't do the intro music.
Oh, sorry, it was just... Yeah, I did.
That's all right.
Have you had much experience with obnoxious golf drivers? VW golf drivers?
Oh, I was thinking about golfers.
No.
Not specifically golf
I think once you,
behind the wheel of a Golf.
they're just dickheads.
Why? Do they think they're driving a flash European car?
Yeah. So this is literally if there's a little hatchback tailgating you and trying to dodge past traffic and just behaving like a dick in traffic, chances are it's a Golf driver.
I can't say I've noticed Golfs.
They're motherfuckers. I think it's because of that. They wanted to buy a Porsche and have a fast car, and they can't afford it, so they bought a Golf. It's German.
Same reason why you bought a Lexus.
Yeah, I couldn't afford a. I don't know what's a Japanese expensive car. A Lexus.
That's it. Lexus is the best.
I love. It's a couple of years old now. I fucking love it, man. It gets serviced once a year. It's really comfortable. It's got V6 sport things like toggle things.
Why don't you drive some of the other your other sports cars that are down in the garage?
You know what? I always
filling up the garage, mind you. I had to park out front on the street today.
I always default to the Lexus for some reason. It's just comfortable. You know, like the McLaren is just a bit too noisy, and
I must have a go in that one day.
Yeah,
I want to get those gear changes.
Yeah. And also the Brazilian masseuses are often in it,
using it.
Well, they're often washing it in the car park in their bikinis,
right?
And in their Daisy Dukes,
topless.
Yeah, and rubbing themselves over the
while you're sitting in the car,
masturbating.
That's why I'm not going in the McLaren.
I wouldn't go in it either after that.
Right. Okay.
Would you? How many EEO work
permits, approvals?
Would you cross if you were masturbating in your car while your work colleagues cleaned it? It's not really appropriate behaviour. They could probably go to the union about that.
The tinted windows will help though. They won't be able to see in.
No.
So you'd be safe.
Anyway. More stupidity, really.
Okay, back to your Golf. What happened with the Golf driver?
Oh, I know. It's just literally. It seems to be, unless they're actually targeting me, which could be the case. It seems that there's often a obnoxious Golf driver tailing me or trying to get past me.
It's probably someone you know. It's probably
not the same one. It's not the same one all the time.
It's not the same one.
I just think it's that zippy sort of. They're fast. They're very good cars to drive.
Never driven one.
They're my mate Daryl McCabe used to have one back in the day. Remember Daryl that passed away?
Yes.
Yeah, he used to have one. He used to do his deliveries in it.
Mm.
But anyway, they're not a bad car if you like that sort of thing.
Okay, right. Well, back to world events that have happened since.
You mean more so than my beard?
In addition to your beard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, which lasted about 4 days or something.
No, it's a week.
A week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were starting to look a bit Santa Claus-ish.
Someone who did have a fairly prodigious beard.
Who?
Are we talking about that now? Is that what you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Segue, just straight over
here. Yeah, no, I got it. The other world events, yeah. So there's been a few. So you referred to it briefly last time, but Riri didn't know who you're talking about. No,
so, but, it's slightly old news, but we're a big fan, so we thought we'd talk about it now.
Yeah, and he was loved by a lot of people, and it was in fact Snoop Dogg's cousin, actual proper blood cousin, Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace.
Rapper from LA.
Having said that, is there anyone that isn't Snoop Dogg's cousin?
No, not really.
Seems to be a lot of people.
Basically, a ticket to fame and fortune, really, if you are.
Who's saying Regulate? Warren G. He was Snoop's cousin, wasn't he?
I don't think he is actually a cousin, no.
Nate Dogg?
Corrupt. I think Corrupt is it.
Right. Dr. Dre?
No. Nate Dogg, yes.
Eminem?
No. Brandy, the R&B singer from the 90s.
How hot is she?
She's still hot?
I follow her on Instagram.
She's from 90s, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all
so are we, so, let's not hold that against us.
Anyway, and what, hot or cousin of Snoop Dogg? Or from the 90s. Right.
All three of the above.
Right. Yeah. Cousin to Snoop Dogg and shot and killed, unfortunately.
Yeah. Over not even over a beef, like not gangster shit at all.
Not a worldwide known radio rapper. Like, he's not known because he's more of a gangster sound underground, right? He doesn't really have top 10 hits.
Well, he was getting there.
Was he?
Yeah, no, he's getting there. But no, I mean, so the altercation happened with a wannabe rapper who had been trying since about 2003 to break into the industry and was just jealous of Nipsey and had an argument with him outside a burger shop. And his manager, you can see this all over YouTube, his manager went in to get a burger, to get the order. And when he came out, Nipsey had been shot. And this guy was just a disgruntled hater, basically. And I mean, I didn't know this. I followed Nipsey for a while, and I really liked his music, but wasn't aware of what a good guy he was. And
yeah, a lot of his raps are very positive about improving your situation in the hood and community.
Yeah. Invested a lot into community, and actually, the building where he's shot, that he actually just bought that building and was going to reinvest into the community. So it's a bit sad, and it's that's that weekend that it happened. Bianca and I were actually watching there's like a, I don't know if it's BET or one of the hip hop channels had a little segment on couples asking each other questions to indicate how well they know each other.
Yes.
So, and we'd actually, that's the only one we watched. It was Nipsey Hussle and his wife, who have a little boy called Cross, and that's what they seem really in love, and it's very sad. Sad.
You'd actually tagged me or sent me clips of Nipsey Hussle's tracks in recent months.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really paid that much attention to him. I'd heard some of his stuff, but I wasn't really a super big fan.
Yeah.
Until he's dead. Now I'm a fan. And,
well, that's all.
I think
it's often the way, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was the way with Biggie too. When Biggie was alive, I listened to a lot of Tupac, but I didn't like the way Biggie sounded. It sounded like he had a mouthful of food every time he spoke a sentence.
A mouthful of cock.
So that was no. So
I think we've discussed this. I think it was because he was quite fat.
It's not because he was fat. Oh, yeah. I did not like him because he was fat. It sounded like he had a mouthful of marbles or something because he was fat. That's on me. But hang on, look.
Sorry.
I didn't like him when he was alive, and then he died. And I didn't like Nipsey Hussle when he was alive, and now he died. I think it's a pattern. If I don't like a rapper, he's going to die.
And then you'll like
shot.
him.
Although
you've got to be careful who you don't like then.
Well, I've never liked Kanye, and he's still alive,
kicking.
So obviously it doesn't
You have to redirect your dislike. But, let's have a hypothetical there. If Kanye died, that means you'd have to like him.
Oh, that's true.
That would suck for you.
I'd change my
philosophy.
Yeah, at that point. He's fucking shit. His lyrics are shit.
I listen.
His voice is shit. He's a tool.
I've been listening to, because it's got good beats on it, but God, it's shitty rapping. I've been listening to no, not with him. Lil Pump. You know Lil Pump?
No, I've heard of him. Some 17-year-old.
So that song with him and Kanye. I don't even know what the song's called, but it's like you're such a fucking hoe. You love it. Have you heard that?
No,
it's an old song now, but it's like it's not.
You're such a hoe. You love it.
Yeah. I love it. You're such a fucking hoe. I love it.
He loves the fact that she's a hoe?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, well, you can sympathise with that way of thinking.
Oh, yeah, each to their own.
As well as that fellow being shot, we haven't talked about the mosque shooting in New Zealand a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. Do you know much about it?
Yeah. I got sent this video clip.
Oh, you actually saw it?
Well, I didn't. It was sent to me by someone that usually sends to me filthy porn clips, so I didn't even look at it. And then
because you don't watch filthy porn.
Nah, not interested at all. And then I glanced at it like 6 hours later, and it was the fucking guy filmed himself
doing it
live on Facebook, live streaming. He was driving through the streets of Christchurch for about 5 minutes with the head camera on his head, right? So you see his view. And it looks down, and there's like 4 semi-automatic fucking, I don't know what they were, AK-47s or whatever the hell they were, laying in his car. And he's and you see him turning, looking around and driving and indicating, and the radio's playing. And then he pulls up in a car park, gets out, goes to the boot, gets more weapons, and then marches into the mosque and just starts opening fire, exactly like one of those video games that kids play these days. I don't know I don't play them, but
disturbing.
and he just shot every human that came into, like he was shooting straight in front, left, right. People would come out, he'd shoot them, then he threw the gun away, grabbed another one, loaded it, whatever the fuck he did, put clips in, and just kept going. And he filmed the whole thing.
Yeah, I heard that. It's shocking.
And put it live on Facebook as he did it. It's unbelievable that shit can happen.
Well, it's going to...
And it was exactly like a video game. Like, 100% he played those games.
For sure. For sure. That's the way... I mean, he set a precedent now. That's going to happen more. For sure.
Except that YouTube and Facebook laws have been passed everywhere that if people attempt to do that and those providers allow it to go on live, they're fucked. Massive fines and shutting down and stuff. So they're trying to put measures in place to make sure that doesn't happen again. But you're right, he did set a precedent.
Yeah.
I didn't even plug that in.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's just a terrible situation.
Horrifying.
For the families
It doesn't even look real. The video doesn't look real. It really doesn't.
That's part of the problem, I think, with these games. Like, I've never been one to play those games, but I just think it has to desensitize you to violence. It's funny how people look. Obviously, you know, sexual assault is a problem, but it's weird how, like, I don't know. I just find any references to sex in media, there's so much more concern over that than there is about violence.
Yes.
I guess sexual violence is another thing, but I just...
No, I know. You can see beheadings and maimings and car accidents and people fucking doing stupid shit, falling off stuff and killing themselves.
A lot earlier in life than you do see sexual stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
It's just, it's not good, man. Like, you should go back to playing Frogger.
Frogger was a good game.
Frogger and
Gallagher.
Gallagher or Galaga? How do you pronounce that?
I always say Gallagher, but it could be Gallagher. I don't know.
And Donkey Kong. Let's not forget Donkey Kong.
I was never really a fan of Donkey Kong.
We used to have the little Nintendo little ones.
You know what I like? Rally X.
Never played it.
Little racing car game where you could puff smoke and it would kill the bad cars that were chasing you.
I think that's not all the smoke you're puffing.
Not when I was playing Rally X. You know, I haven't actually puffed any smoke for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And the more I listen to rappers who smoke a lot, it makes me think about it and desire.
Oh, it does trigger you.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Interesting. Yeah. Oh, what about Rogan?
That too.
Because he's baked a lot of the time.
And he does it live on his podcast.
You can see how screwy he gets. Like, he loses the plot.
Oh, and they totally forget what they're saying.
Completely.
All the time.
They go off tangents.
And they never come back to it half the time.
See, we go on tangents, but we come back.
Usually.
Yes. So we're
not smoking.
I ain't smoking. So we're talking about Nipsey Hussle before, and I wanted to bring up an experience I had the other day at the gym because a girl I was chatting to, so the day before he died, I was chatting to someone and said, you should check out this guy, that song Racks in the Middle.
Yes.
I said, and her response was, you listen to N-word beats as well. She's a white girl.
N-word.
I'm not going to say it. She said, you listen to the N-word beats as well.
Beats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who the fuck says that?
I don't know.
Like,
I've never heard that expression before.
It's a common... I've actually heard it before.
Did she say it like one word? Like niggas?
Yeah. Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine...
It fits, I guess.
Do you think that's okay?
No, I don't think it's okay.
And her response, I said, did you really say that? She said, what? It's not around here. I'm careful where I say it.
Yeah, well, I guess that's something.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I'm not comfortable with it.
I've used that term to address my white friends.
Yeah.
In text messages.
Yeah, I know you have. I'm not comfortable with that either, really.
Aren't you?
It's just weird, us using that word, because it was more so than the word... See, that's...
What are you doing?
I don't know, the secretaries are slipping, aren't they? That shouldn't happen. I thought I put that phone on location. What do you call it? Aircraft.
Flight mode.
Flight mode.
Flight mode. Airplane mode.
Airplane mode. See, that won't happen again. Sorry about that, folks.
Okay, get your thing back up. No,
I
that one.
will. Yeah, I'm going to.
Jesus.
Christ.
Technology.
I know we're not good.
Slipping. You're slipping, Karen.
I got caught slipping at the gym by Jen this morning. I was out cold, sitting there
Sleeping.
sleeping.
Not slipping. Sleeping.
both really, and she put it on Instagram. Did you see
That's
that?
fine. No.
So anyway, N-word beats. I don't know.
I don't think that's a common thing. I've never heard of it before.
It's a common thing, I think. In you know who used to say it as well was a woman who worked at the gym whose kids, she had two sons and went to privileged private schools. They would say
Worked at the gym.
Yeah, the two boys and a girl.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't going to say the name, but there you go.
Do you think she listens to our show?
She should.
She damn well should.
She might learn something.
About
I
time.
think she probably should be able to teach us a thing or two. I think.
She's got some good art, body art.
Yeah.
All right.
She's got some stories.
I bet she has.
Well, we know she has.
Oh yeah. And then there's other people who tell stories. Anyway,
Cedric McMillan was training today at the gym.
he was. He's a big boy.
You know,
He's tall for a bodybuilder.
yeah. See, when he comes in shape, he's unbeatable because he still has a small waist. He's just got that beautiful symmetry, and that when you see someone like that, then you go, oh yeah, there's levels to this, right? Like, it doesn't matter how many drugs you're taking. It doesn't matter how much growth, insulin. You can do whatever you like. And that's genetics, man. Like, obviously he's on everything but roller skates, but the reason he looks like he's just picked his parents well. Don't you agree?
Yeah, but yeah, it didn't excite me seeing him in the gym. I don't really care.
Oh, I didn't have a boner or anything, but he's pretty amazing.
Who would give you a boner? If I walked in?
Barsha came in. She was like, no, Barsha's like my daughter. She yeah, they were calling her Thickalicious.
Yeah,
Sean Roden and Cedric McMillan were calling Barsha Thickalicious, and she is thick.
she's thick. Yeah, she'd be right up their alley, I would expect.
I expect that.
When was Sean Roden at the gym?
Last year or the year before. He comes every year.
Oh, when he wasn't a title holder.
So the thing I like about McMillan, he's a dad. He's got a lot of kids. He's got a few kids. He's also still full time in the military, unless I'm wrong. He up until recently he has to go on deployment and things.
Well, he's a soldier.
Yeah.
What branch of the military?
Oh, it's probably in the kitchen eating. No, but he's a legit soldier. Like, and he has.
Is he in the army or is he
No, he's in the
Marine
no, he's in the army. Oh. And he gave a great speech when he won the Arnold a couple of years ago, basically saying, all this drama and let's be real here. We're standing up with oil on in posing trunks. Okay, we're not like. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just good to see how humble he was. He was saying basically, let's not get too serious about this.
That speech actually.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Phil Heath's not saying shit like that.
Nah, Phil Heath. I never really liked him.
No.
Is he going to move into WWE? I've seen heard rumours about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if there's any truth to those.
That's just boring, isn't it? Do you ever watch that shit?
When I was 15.
I never got into it.
Back in the 80s.
No.
Back in the 80s when it was WWF.
I remember.
And there was the Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude. Did you never watched it?
Never got into it. I just thought it was all a bit homoerotic.
Probably why I liked it.
Probably. just these half-naked men groping each other.
But they were built. Some of them had rigs on them, man.
Yeah, The Rock used to do it.
Yeah, The Rock was after the 80s.
Okay. Never got into it,
But
man.
hasn't he done well? Jesus.
Yeah, mad respect. Just gets shit done.
He does.
Kevin Hart, did you watch him on Rogan?
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Really?
No.
Didn't like that?
No, I just think there's some people that do those podcasts and think it's an interview where they just talk at you for just, mate, basically, it's just not a lot of humility, man. Like, I really like the people that will go on there, and there's been some hugely famous people, and actually have a conversation with Rogan.
I didn't mind his chat, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I quite like Kevin Hart.
Oh, see, I don't. I don't,
Oh,
find,
you don't like
I don't
it?
find it funny.
Oh, you don't?
I think it's pretty basic humour.
You don't like when he gets made fun of by The Rock in movies?
Oh, for sure. But I think that's just because the relationship those two have
Yes.
is funny. Kevin Hart just basically does the Kevin Hart thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you want to see great stand-up comedy, watch the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix.
Kevin Hart's actually got a new one on,
Yeah,
which I haven't seen.
Have you seen any of the Dave Chappelle specials? On
Yes. Yeah, he's good.
Netflix? Just next level.
He's easy. It just flows.
But that's what I mean. But that's what I mean. There's
Doesn't even seem scripted.
It doesn't need to have the like, he's sitting on a cigarette and he goes, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I just had a break, so maybe you guys can catch up." Like he's so relaxed.
Right.
Next level.
I've been painting, Steve. Painting my
Oh,
house.
yeah, right.
Because I'm selling my house.
Dark avocado green, like the Push Studios.
Nah.
Don't blame me.
I am thinking of painting the outside, the front though, something like this colour or slightly darker.
Oh yeah.
A little browny kind of a colour. I'm not sure.
So
It's
if anyone,
cream at the moment.
any fans in the market for a
$1 million house,
or more,
well, you can give me $2 million for it if you
yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah,
I'll take.
in sunny Newtown. Good area.
It is a good area.
Great area.
It's a regretful sale.
No, it is a regretful sale.
I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell at all. However, I have to.
Situation.
Court fucking
Court
ordered bullshit.
Yeah,
Fucking
maybe
thing.
shouldn't talk about that.
Well, I can talk about it. I just can't talk about her.
She shall not be named.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Anyway, it's very stressful, Stephen.
Yeah.
I've lived in that house for 11 years. Like, all my kids have been born there, well, not there, but, while living there, and I've got a 17-year-old cat and a 13-year-old dog, and I've lived there for 11 years. And
Yeah, a lot of memories.
my kids go to school around the corner, and, I like the area.
It's a great area.
And now I have to sell it to pay an ex-girlfriend. It's a fucking part-time relationship that was, and it's stressful packing the whole house up, trying to work out where to live,
Move the kids out of school.
move the kids, rehome the pets. It's just like, hopefully won't have to do that, but trying to find somewhere to rent that allows pets, and I've got it's
Well, they do say moving. I mean, you're not even at that stage yet, but moving is one of the most, apart from losing a loved one, is one of the most stressful things
on a relationship.
just on a personal,
go through.
Yeah,
Oh,
on
yeah.
a personal level. It's a very stressful.
Yeah, and then I think of the person that's been the catalyst for all this.
Well, you can't.
Well, I can.
You can, but it doesn't serve you well.
No. So that's what's happening in my... And also, I'm... No, fuck that. I'm not going to talk about it.
Don't talk about that. What, you're having your transition surgery going ahead? Finally? It's been a long time coming.
Yeah,
Are you
on the estrogen.
on the testosterone blockers?
Testosterone blockers, estrogen amplifiers, getting my
It's
boob job
the
soon.
drug's called Androcure.
Getting my boob job soon. I'm going to get that hair lasered off.
You have to laser that shit.
Yeah.
And I think you might need a wig, unless you're going to go for the Sinead O'Connor look.
Nah.
What would your trans name be?
Shut up.
What would, no, just
Shut up.
how's your food going?
Maybe Chloe.
Chloe's
With a
cute.
K.
Eh? Chloe's cute.
Like the
Oh,
Kardashian-
of course,
Kardashian.
yeah. Chloe Allwood. That sort of works. Be a discussion you have to have with the boys. How's your food going? Well, you'd have to explain that you're no longer Kevin, you're Chloe, and mummy, and they've now got three mummies. Jade, Kelly, and Chloe. They'll start with. Oh no, they don't. Jade's a J. What the fuck?
JK, close enough. Yeah, my boys were a bit unsure when I put a wig on for Halloween last year.
Yeah, didn't it work well though? I don't think that's the first time, is it?
Maybe not.
I don't get that at all. I don't.
You don't get that?
No, dressing up as a woman for sexual satisfaction.
I didn't dress up for sexual
come on.
satisfaction.
It's all right. You're amongst friends. Man.
No one knows that I kept it on all night.
Yes. Was that? Did you ask or did Jade ask you?
No, I didn't keep it on.
Just the dress. Just the dress. That's the thing, though. Some people like that.
Yeah, some do. I don't.
Doesn't mean they're gay.
I like my girl to dress up though.
Don't we all? Not your girl. I don't care what she wears. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Some people do like to dress up in women's clothing and have sex whilst wearing
Panties.
that.
Yeah. Doesn't do it for me.
I had a mate who was staying in a hotel in Melbourne, and they had they have free shit in there, like free toiletries and free minibar stuff. And anyway, there was pantyhose or stockings free those complimentary for some reason. And in the middle of a session, drug induced all night, all weekend session, he grabbed those and ripped them open and put them on and himself, and ripped a hole in the front and pulled his well endowed member out and had his way with this woman wearing them.
Yeah, I'm not.
I wasn't sure.
I don't think you can blame the drugs for that.
Yeah, well,
It has never occurred to me.
no, I was quite surprised to hear that.
Well, he
myself.
told you.
He did tell me. He
Oh,
wasn't.
you were there.
No, I wasn't there. Not that time. He wasn't ashamed about it.
Oh, well, that's good. It's good. Should be no judgment here.
Actually, you know what? I was staying there in a different room, and I'm pretty sure I went in and saw like the ripped open
The
packet or
aftermath.
something.
The aftermath.
Yeah, had to put those like the black light on to seal the aftermath all over the walls.
Is that a thing? Does that work?
Apparently, I don't know.
I mean, CSI do that, don't they?
They do. Yeah. Speaking of sexual antics, have you ever heard of using Viagra for training purposes?
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you heard?
I have a
People
client. I have a client currently that takes a low dose of Cialis every day.
Every day.
Yeah. For apparently it's good for blood vessel health,
Right. It
and
dilates your blood vessels.
and of course it makes your willy hard. So
Yeah. Well, we all know that.
so he
So he walks around with a permanent boner.
pretty much
Well, it's like, really?
yeah.
So he's ready for action? Does he need to be ready at random times of the day, every day?
He's got a younger Asian girlfriend, wife.
She probably needs regular servicing.
That's so romantic the way you put that. Yes.
No, what does he take fucking that every day for, really?
Apparently it's a thing for blood vessel health, and so yeah, he's
And does he...
not a young man.
What
so-
about training benefits, testosterone benefits, or
I think
blood flow?
you're supposed to get a better pump, aren't you? Yeah, I've heard. No, I've heard. It
Supposed
makes
to
sense.
give a bit of pump.
I took one once. I took a whole like a big Cialis once. There's a man climbing on the roof there. He's gonna think, what the fuck are these two boys doing?
There is a man up there.
I must be fixing the antenna on the Push podcast
Complex.
studios.
Yeah. The satellite dish.
I took a Cialis the night before I trained once, and I can't imagine. Obviously,
The night before.
You only
took
take
it the night before, and then you trained the next day.
train the next day and nearly passed out.
Oh, because
I think it drops. I imagine it drops your blood pressure. So I got fainty. Do you have clients that faint on you?
I have had it happen 3 times over the years.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like I
Not a fan of, get the fuck up, stop fainting.
it's a bit of a pussy act, isn't it? Like it's a bit of a shit go.
Okay, so I had, I'll tell you a story. I had these 2 brothers that I was going to train, and I had one booked to train on day 1, and the other one I was training on day 2. So
Okay.
it was outdoor training sessions.
Can I
So,
just write that Quest bar looks really good.
yeah, it's for me, not you. It's not as good as the chocolate chip cookie dough.
Just show it to the
It's
camera.
oatmeal chocolate chip, which is
It's so sweet.
quite a good flavour
That'd be a good sponsor to have.
for the push.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit them up. Do you know the guy?
Quest bar, not intimately, no.
No. Anyway, Yeah, they're pretty good. Don't know how good they are for you, but anyway, tastes good.
Better than Tim Tams.
They satisfy that craving. So,
Two brothers training one each day.
yeah. So Dean was the first brother, and I was taking them for outdoor training sessions, and I was giving them lunges and push-ups and all that sort of shit outside on the grass, and he loved it. He loved it. It was the first time I trained him, and I cranked it up a bit, and he liked being pushed. He liked the discipline of it all. So day 2 came around, and I thought I'd train his younger brother with exactly the same
Intensity.
exactly the same number of reps, exercises in the same order and everything. And he got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes into it, and he was like, "Oh, Kev, I don't feel so good." I said, "Really? What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, no, I don't feel good, mate, don't feel good." And I said, "Well, sit down." And then he fell over and fainted.
Oh.
It's 2 p.m. He'd been up since the morning. He hadn't eaten or drunk anything, not even a mouthful of water, the whole day. So he'd been up since 9 or 8 or whatever time he got up.
How do you function like that?
He had not consumed anything into his body in like at least 5 hours. So no wonder I was getting him to do sprints and push-ups and fucking boxing and lunges and star jumps and all that shit. Burpees. He was fucked. It was just too much for him. He didn't have enough gas in the tank.
No, we would have none.
That's right.
I
said, when I found out after he woke up and I spoke to him and I found out he hadn't even drunk any water that day, I was like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
Is that his normal mode of operation?
No. He'd gotten up and his girlfriend had taken him shopping to Westfield and been dragged around Westfield, and you know what that's like.
Well, I do know what that's like. And
Torturous.
I had a question for you, given that you've been a dad for a little longer than I have been. Have you?
Yes.
So my daughter my daughter's 11 and her...
Happy birthday, Bianca, too, by the way.
For the weekend, thank you. And her friend is 10, and they wanted to go to a shopping centre today, a shopping centre where Gab was actually working at. And
today? They're not at school? They finished school already?
They're on school holidays as of today.
Today, see, my boys are still going. Last day today, though.
Right.
They finished a day early then.
Yes.
Right, got it.
Pupil-free day, I think is the term.
Ah.
So what they wanted to do was take their phones and go to the shopping centre
on their own,
by themselves.
Yeah.
And wander around shopping with the other mother sort of in the shopping centre, but not with them as such.
10 and 11.
I was really uncomfortable with it. I think it's too young. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I think that's too young too. However, both their mothers are in the shopping centre. In shops, different various.
But they're all, yeah.
And they got phones. So what happened in the end? Did they?
No, they went because I was outnumbered by the women.
So Gab said
so they're still there now.
So their mother said that's fine.
Oh, Gab's all for all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just too young to be. Like they're very aware of this whole stranger danger thing, but you don't know how it actually appears.
No.
Or.
So have you had contact from them?
Yeah, I spoke to her on the phone. I'm going to pick her up later on.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
They got free Wi-Fi in there, in that centre, right?
Oh, they've both got SIM cards.
Oh, they got SIM cards?
Yeah.
That's a new thing.
Yeah, I fucking regret that one.
When did you get that?
Well, we got pressured because all her friends had SIM cards. So they're all texting each other. As we're getting close to the school in the car, she's texting her friends going, "Oh, I'm just around the corner. Oh, I'm around the corner. Oh, I can see you. I can see you. Oh, I'll see you soon. I'll see you."
And they're using up however many cents. But is it a prepaid?
Prepaid. So she's
got to pay for it?
She has to pay for it, yeah.
See, when I first got a mobile phone, when I was 22, I remember because I was stripping, me and two mates that I worked with, we got phone numbers with exactly the same number except for the last digit.
Yeah,
so
cool.
in consecutive number.
Gabrielle and I do.
Right.
But no one uses phone numbers anymore.
No. That's right. So, but when I had it, like I was in my car or walking along the street, calling people going, "Hey, guess where I'm calling you from?"
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And I used up money rapidly, like dollars.
That's what they do.
Dollars used up in seconds.
Yes. Well, the charges were a lot more expensive back then.
They were. But like, what
it was
fucking
Well, yeah,
Pathetic.
but it's
But that's what you do.
it's what you do.
Yeah.
Well, especially for us because it was such new technology.
It was new technology.
That's dating us, isn't it?
That was 94.
Well, I remember walking down Oxford Street. A bit
I used
late.
to have a clip and put it on my belt.
Yeah, I never did that. So gay. I remember walking down Oxford Street, which would be 97, and ringing someone, going, "Hey, I'm ringing on my mobile phone. How about that?"
Mm-hmm.
And
I was still living in NZ then.
Yeah, right. In 97, you moved here in 97.
No, I came here 3 times in 97, but I actually moved
right.
in 98.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's when. Yeah.
But I mean, like each time I came was like the first time was a weekend, Friday to Monday. The next time was like a week. The third time was like 2 weeks, and then I actually came in early '98 for a month. Stayed for a month.
Right.
Checked out Melbourne. Had a couple
Thought it
of weeks.
sucked.
Thought it sucked. Yep. And so I came for longer and longer periods of time. So there were probably people that thought I lived here by the time I actually moved here.
Yes.
A few months later, because they've seen so much of me, because I was such a noticeable figure on the scene.
You're on high rotation.
Mm-hmm. Those were the days.
They were the days, weren't they?
90s. Oh dear. I'm sure every decade's been good to those people who were
In that era.
yeah. You know, people who were in the 80s say, "Oh, it's the best era," or the 70s. I'm sure they had a good time too. 60s.
Well, I was playing in bands in the 80s, so and early 90s. So I still had a good time in the 80s and 90s as well. But yeah, I guess I didn't spend a lot of time single when I was clubbing, which was probably a mistake. But then again,
Oh yeah, mistake.
mate. Well,
Bet you I've got more stories than you.
I don't know about that, man.
Okay, maybe not. Hang on, back to the kids in the mall.
Yeah, so
You know, okay.
well, for instance, how old's Jacob?
Jake's going to be turning 12 in a few months.
Yeah, and Toby is 9.
2 years younger, yeah.
Right.
So 9 and 11. But okay, I've got a story for you. Toby, when he was 8, last year, he got invited to another kid's birthday party. There was 4 of them.
All right, small birthday party.
Oh, well, it wasn't a party. It was going to the movies and then a sleepover.
Right.
Right? So, and I was really unhappy when I heard about this, but the mother bought them tickets to the movies
Left
and
them
left them 8-year-olds in the theatre, and the bitch went off and got her hair done.
So he wasn't even actually on the premises.
No. And so when the kids got home and one of the other kids told his parents, they hit her up about it and said, what's going on? She goes, "Oh, it's all right, I was just around the corner getting my hair done."
Well, they wouldn't have known where to go.
No, they wouldn't. They didn't like the movie, so they got up and left
Shit.
before it finished, walked out, couldn't find the mother anywhere, and was like in the
What did
middle of
they
the
do?
city, George Street.
Oh, so this wasn't even in the shopping centre?
No, it's fucking in the city, man.
Jesus Christ.
So I didn't hear about this until like a day later or something, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
If I had other parents' kids under my control,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
wouldn't let them out of your sight.
No. Not only would I not let my own children out of my sight, but other kids. It's an even
you
greater
feel
responsibility.
even doubly responsible.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree.
So I rang this woman up. I said,
gave
"What's
her-
going on?" And she had a different story for me than what she told the other parents. She came up with this bullshit that she had bought 3 tickets originally. Or no, hang on. She bought 4 tickets originally or something, and then an additional kid was a late starter to the event and said, "Oh, I can come now." So she bought another ticket, a 5th ticket, which is the one she used, and she sat up the back of the theatre, she said. She was in there sitting at the back of the theatre while the other 4 kids sat in their seats, all consecutive, watching the movie. So, in actual fact, I was there, is what she said to me, right? And this is over the phone. So I was like, oh, well, that's all right then. And then I discover that it completely
story.
contrasted the other story. And I knew that she'd made up a story to try and appease me.
For sure.
Right? What can I say that will have him not angry at me for leaving the theatre? I'll give him a story that he will believe, so that I can get away with what I've done. When what she should have just done was said, I fucked up. I fucked up, and I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Yes.
So what happened was a year later,
Same birthday.
he got invited. Toby got invited to the kid's next birthday.
You're like, fuck all that.
I said, nah,
No.
you're not going. You're not going. And it was to a pool party.
Oh, Jesus
Right?
Christ.
So I contacted the mother, and said,
You better be.
I'm not comfortable at all
Yes.
with my son going to your house,
And-
particularly with a pool involved,
Yes.
because I don't trust you.
To be.
I don't trust you,
Yes.
and you're a liar. I wrote, and she had to go at me, and she had to go at my son over text messaging.
About what?
Saying, I can't believe you believe your own son. He's a liar and a thief. He stole from my son. All this shit. I'm like, hang on a minute. That's not what my son said to me. It's what you said to the other parents, and then what you said to me. I was furious. Anyway, he never went to that party, and he'll never go to that kid's house again.
It's yeah. Fuck.
Who leaves 8-year-olds? Come on, they're 8.
I still get. I'm uncomfortable about. It's all right. Calm down. I'm uncomfortable about sleepovers.
Away from your house or at your
Anything
house?
where there's an adult male, or even like an older brother or something.
Right, with your
I
daughter.
don't fucking
yeah.
trust them.
No, you shouldn't.
That's the shit that That's the situations that things go awry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, older brothers is probably...
Older brothers.
yeah.
Uncles. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that so much as with,
No, I don't.
with boys.
When I was a boy, though, my sister was 2 years younger. She'd have friends over. I was looking.
Yeah.
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 Nothing ever happened, but, you know.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, like, so it's only 2 years difference, though. So that's, I mean, it's...
That sort of shit happens.
I know, but that's, yeah, exactly. But, like, better that than being, like, the weird Uncle Joe or something, who's, like, my age.
Or the dad. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. How's your food going?
Pretty good, actually.
I was thinking about this because as I ate 5 Easter eggs last night and 2 pieces of mud cake, I would spend a lot of my time when I was competing, very heavy and literally very relaxed about my food.
Yes.
Like, as you know, I used to get quite heavy and be completely okay with it.
Yes.
And then when I got to the stage where I'd go, okay, this is the show I'm going to do, I'd be able to bring the hammer down, and it would never be an issue.
Really? Is this just a romantic memory you have?
Oh, look, I would
cheat
cheat sometimes. No, but like not binging like I do now.
Right.
And I really think it's because I've set these unrealistic standards for myself.
For how you think your body should look all year round.
Yeah, I never used to do that to myself. I'm harder on myself now at 50, year round than I ever was in my 20s and 30s.
You're trying to maintain a lean physique,
Yeah,
because that's what all the cool kids are doing.
Well, not just that. It's because I think, I'm not geared towards getting huge anymore. So why get out of shape? But the thing is,
back then, you only look good for how many weeks in a year?
Oh, it's for sure. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I should go back to that. But I am saying, like, it would be nice to have a bit more balance and, I guess.
Have you incorporated the what happens in Woolworths stays in Woolworths?
Not yet.
Technique?
No, I haven't yet. I'm keen to try it though.
We should go together.
Yeah.
We should go to the supermarket together.
In the bakery section, I think we should start.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, if we actually did that as an experiment, we need to film it. We need someone else to film it.
Yes.
I could put away a bit.
It'd be Well, it'd be like I said last time. It'd be interesting
We get to the counter and we've got a
empty
basket
boxes
full of empty wrappers.
That's the thing. It'd be interesting to see how long we'd get away with it for before they actually apprehended us.
I don't reckon anyone would interfere.
If we're filming it. What about if we sat on the floor?
What we should do is do it when we're both ripped, jacked, wearing singlets,
Just take our shirts off.
muscles bulging
Just
everywhere,
take our shirts off.
and just scoff.
Yeah. One thing that you do need to be aware of is after Easter, the day after Easter, the Easter egg sales, you can get a lot of chocolate, a lot of bang for your buck.
The post-Easter clearance sales.
I was competing in 2014.
I remember this.
Yeah, and I put up. I filled a fucking trolley full of Easter eggs.
I'm sure you either told me or put a Facebook thing or something.
Both.
And I saw it and went, oh yeah, cheap. Those gold lint bunnies for half price or whatever.
Came up.
And it came up. That's right. And I went and loaded up as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Disastrous.
Yeah, it's not going to end well, is it?
No. And those things keep coming around regularly. Easter.
Oh, it's all merging into one, isn't
Christmas.
it? It's all one thing.
Birthdays.
Valentine's.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Oh, it's every couple of months.
Ultimately, you're just going to be able to... ultimately, what they should have is one costume which incorporates all these holidays. So, like, it would be...
About a week's worth of holiday. No, I think it's better the way they do it.
I heard a really funny joke from P.T. Campbell Bannerman the other day, who said he was going to go to church at Easter because he heard there was a guy there that was really well hung.
Right.
That's a religious reference to
I've got a
Christ being on the crucifix.
Yes.
You
didn't have to explain it. I think our viewers have a bit of more
well
understanding.
hung. See, you got it?
I got it.
Yeah, no, I was just explaining
you think they don't get it?
I don't know, maybe.
You have to explain it twice. What's blue and doesn't weigh very much?
Air.
No.
Sky?
No.
I don't know. Blue Lexus?
No.
What?
Light blue.
Oh, see, that's not good at all. That's a kid's joke or a dad. That's
Yeah,
not
it is
a
a
dad-
kid's joke.
That's a kid's joke.
That's a kid's
That's
joke.
not a dad's joke.
But it's funny. I thought it was quite clever. It was clever.
How do you make a hormone? Yes, good joke. We're running out of material, obviously. You got anything else to cover?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
How much extracurricular activity for kids is enough or too much?
Good point. Good question.
What does your daughter do?
Currently, she does soccer, netball.
Musical instruments?
No, that's actually it. She dropped a lot. She was doing martial arts with me.
Yep.
She was doing dance as well.
Ballet? Gymnastics?
Jazz tap and hip hop. That's where she gets her moves from.
Yep.
And
She doesn't get them, inherit them from you.
not from me, and definitely not. Have you ever seen Gabriella dance?
No.
God love Gabriella, but she's the worst dancer.
Oh, don't say that.
No.
What you mean is she's a very good dancer.
No.
It's like Jade. Jade's an excellent singer. Well, she sometimes puts on Whitney Houston and sings louder than Whitney.
And
It's fantastic.
And she's
I
tone
love
deaf?
it.
Tone deaf?
I can't get enough of it.
that's funny.
It is
Shout out
so
to
good.
Jade and Gabriella for having no musical abilities whatsoever.
No, I'm not saying. I didn't say that.
I can say it.
She's a great singer.
Okay.
Yeah. She should put out music.
I think if you spend a lot of time in clubs, like dancing, you end up being able to dance.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Stripping helped as well.
No. Okay. Back to the kids. Okay. How much? So she used to
I've
do
lost it.
extra.
Oh yeah, so she used to do a lot, like nearly everything, something on every night, and it's just way too much.
Yeah. Every day. Wow.
Yeah, and so now she just does soccer and netball. But I would like her to.
And is that one practice for each of those a week and one game a week? Or are they different seasons?
No, it's both on now. Soccer is they just practice before the game.
Ah.
Netball is Gab's actually the coach.
Does she play with a team with boys?
No, just girl team.
Oh, right.
And
just on that, I coached my son Toby's soccer team last year. Coached their team.
Yeah, cool.
Under nines.
yeah, cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we had 2 girls on the team.
All right, that's even cooler.
It was Marrickville Red Devils
Right.
under nines, and we had. They have 7 on the field at one time,
Right.
so we had 11 players, and I
Right.
just rotate them every few minutes.
Yeah.
Sub one on and off, and like very fair, so everyone get to run.
Yeah.
But obviously, there was about 3 or 4 kids that were much better than the others.
Yeah.
So they get a bit more. They come off, but they get more time.
True.
But everyone comes on and off. But there were 2 girls on the team. One of the girls actually was one of those top 4 players. She was fucking really good. Ren was her name.
Right.
But
Was she related to MC Ren from NWA?
That's how I could remember her name.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. So there's 2 girls and 9 boys, and it was great. But We had a training session. Training on Tuesday nights, and
I think I remember.
and games on Saturdays.
Yeah. Well, I might help with the. There is a soccer coach for this team, but I might help.
You should if you have the. If
Well,
you
I did.
have
I
the
helped a
time
bit.
available.
I helped a bit on Sunday, like just with passing and stuff like that. Because I was an avid soccer player till I was 18.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, I played soccer for a few years, but that was when I was a kid. So I didn't. When they put the call out for a coach, I said, look, I played soccer for 7 years, and then I played rugby for 7 years, and I've been a personal trainer for 20. That's all I got.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
enough.
guy said, well, that sounds like you got the job.
Yeah. That's more than most dads have.
So okay, so that's only taken up not much time.
No,
really
so
anymore.
no, that's because it's just too much.
Yeah, that is too much.
There's-
My kids do swimming one night, 45-minute lesson on a Tuesday.
Okay, just a lesson. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in squad now, so they've moved up from having an instructor in the pool with them to the instructor on the side yelling at them.
Yes.
Doing lengths.
Yeah. Fuck all that, man.
So I remember that. I used to swim.
Oh,
I used to swim. when
my
I was-
brother was a competitive swimmer, so he'd be in the pool at 6,
Oh, yeah.
5 a.m. in the morning, and then back after school.
Oh,
That's how Australia creates great swimmers, though.
When my swimming instructor said, right, now you can move up to 3 times a week, I was like, yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah, no.
I'm done. So swimming once a week, and they both in the same group, so there's not two separate visits to the pool, which is good. And martial arts twice a week.
Yeah, what martial arts are they doing?
It's called Australian martial arts, but it's Taekwondo based.
Okay, that's great that they're doing something like that.
Yes,
That's one thing I do.
they're a bit uncoordinated.
That's all right.
One of them is. Like their push-ups are a disgrace, but they're only 9 and 11.
I really want to get Bianca into something like that. I prefer she does BJJ. And I think you should get your boys.
I think BJJ is the one to aspire to. I'm happy for them doing this basic sort of
For now.
general martial arts. They're learning
Yeah.
punches and kicks and
Yeah.
stuff. That's good. I think it's a good, maybe a year or so of that would be a good foundation,
Yeah.
and then move into something like that, which is a bit more specialised,
Yes.
but better.
Yeah.
Like there's fucking 10-year-old kids walking around with black belts in this thing.
Oh yeah, that's just bit sus.
Yeah, that's not right. Is it?
Yeah, it wouldn't happen in a reputable BJJ school.
Oh, no.
I mean, Marcelo
BJJ
is still a purple belt, isn't he?
purple, and he's been doing it 10 years, and there's still 2 belts to go to get to black.
Is that?
Yeah, brown is next, and then black.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But purple's still considered to be pretty good.
Oh yeah,
Because it's taken them a decade to get there.
yeah.
But there's people that, like, you're doing it 20 years and they're hitting their black belt.
Yeah. I'd love to do it, but like we
So many
discussed,
skills to learn.
I'm terrified of getting injured.
Oh, that's why I don't do it. My shoulders would get popped.
Shoulders,
snap.
knees.
Yeah, I don't want to have my shoulder snap and then I can't train for 6 months. I'll be fucking furious with
Yeah,
myself.
I get
I'll be
it.
like, I fucking told you, talking to myself, I told you, don't do that shit.
Yeah, it's such a good. It's supposed to be. Life changing. Getting into it's supposed to be life changing.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of respect, and
And look at the sort of shape Marcelo's in.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of that is from the cardio. You
Oh,
do.
they do so much.
Well, just being like doing the holes and things, your heart rate's through the roof. You're actually
Fuck
burning
yeah.
lots of calories.
I mean, you roll around with other men, get all sweaty.
well, that's the primary reason I want to do it. Without a gi, of course.
You could probably just do that. Like, pick some men, hit them up, say, "Come with me, let's roll around for half an hour and try and
Do you
put our
think?
heads up each other's assholes."
Do you think?
That's what they do.
When do you tap out?
You don't.
No retreat, no surrender.
You just take it all, bitch.
Oh, it's a bit graphic.
But they, you've got other people's crutches and armpits in your face and stuff.
Yeah.
That must be fun, right?
It's not very dignified, is it? Just like a normal.
Imagine the sweaty, stinky fucking, bits of men that you have to.
Can you do it with girls?
Yeah.
You can actually, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a client that does it.
Why don't you go to an all-female BJJ class and participate?
They just fuck you up, and they wouldn't be too bad.
Imagine
I
that.
haven't got much ego. I'd be happy to do that
Yeah.
if they were hot,
Yeah, if they were just choking you out and stuff.
or I was choking them out, making them choke.
It's a different class.
What class is that?
That's a BJ class, not a BJ class.
Of course it is.
You could take that class.
I'd rather
Instruct it.
instruct
Teach.
it. I don't
Teach
want
them. Right,
to take. You can take the class if you want.
No, teach the class.
Teach the class.
Right,
No, I don't want to teach the class.
Yeah, this is line up and they each take a turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got there.
Okay.
What can we market that as? Kevin Steve's BJ class. BJ Academy.
Yeah. You get a certificate.
Yes. A black belt. You get a black
A
belt.
certificity of competence.
Well, you can have different levels. There's obviously there's levels
absolutely.
to it. As you know, as well you know.
There's very different levels.
Yes, there certainly is.
There are some that would have elite fucking status immediately. Others would need some coaching.
Oh, that's what we're there. That's what we're here for.
That's right.
Isn't it interesting how some girls?
There are actually women who do hold classes to teach other women how to give blowjobs.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone wasn't sure what we were talking about for the last 5 minutes.
Some girls don't like having their head pushed down. Have you noticed that?
Do you?
Do you what's your take on that? Some girls like it.
Oh, no.
Some girls actually like it.
Oh, right. I see.
But
Yeah.
that's the difference.
I would say it's probably a 20-80 split.